So then, are you okay there? Because I think we probably want, yeah, I think we're gonna need another table if people wanna go along with the tally. Is there another table in that room?
It's live now.
Okay. Okay, so the polling closed. And what we have to do first is to ensure that we know how many people have voted and how many ballots we have left over and what we reconcile the ballots. So we started with 100 ballots. In bundles of 20. So there are 2 full bundles of 20. And then we opened 3 bundles of 20. And we have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 20, 40, 59. Correct? You want to count these? We have 59 ballots left over. We had people sign the voters list when they came to vote. And we counted, and there were 41 people who came to vote. So we had 41. There was no spoiled ballot. A spoiled ballot is a ballot if somebody makes a mistake when they're voting, comes back and asks for a new ballot. So there was none of those. So the total number of ballots used was 41. 41 and 59 is 100. So we've reconciled the ballots, and we're going to seal the unused ballots, the remainder ballots, which are 59 in this envelope. So there's 19 and 40, so 59. I'll put these empty envelopes in there so that we can, if there's any question later, we know how many we start. Okay. And that goes into this envelope, which we will seal up at the end with all of the theories in. So then the next thing we do is we count the mail-in ballots and determine whether or not there was a proper voter declaration form in each of those mail-in ballots. So we've been collecting mail-in ballots from the mailbox, and they were dropped off at the administration office in Anacla and in Port Alberni. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we have 35 mail-in ballots that we received. So what we have to do now is we have to open these mail-in ballots, and Fulton is validating my count. We have to open these mail-in ballots and determine, is there a voter declaration form? What they do with the names? If there's a voter declaration form, then those ballots have to be rejected. Because we don't know who voted. All right, following that? Okay. That will show. So what we're gonna do is we'll put the ballots only envelope here, once we validate them, otherwise we're gonna put them in a rejected envelope. Then we're gonna open them and we're gonna put them in this ballot box, because we add up the number of ballot, mail-in ballots with the number of uh, votes that should be in the box. We know there's 41 in the box. Add those two numbers together, put them all together, and then we know how many ballots we have in total. Okay? No, we need a computer actually. Because we can't, yeah, we have to, yeah, we have to look at the voter declaration form and make sure that they hadn't voted either in person or online, right? So they, yeah, we're gonna need our computer. Okay. Okay, so this is Maryland Cote. Because if somebody voted online after they sent in their mail-in ballot, then the online vote uh, trumps the mail-in ballot. Okay, so mail-in ballot is good. Okay. And we put that in there, and we're gonna open it later and put it in this box. I'm gonna keep these aside. So let me just keep the stack of those. Okay, so there's no voter declaration form, but it appears there may be more than a ballot in here. So we're gonna open this carefully without looking at the ballot and see if there's a voter declaration form in here. Oh, yep. There we go. Arthur Peters. Arthur Peters says a big ballot. He hasn't voted. Oh, I'm gonna. So. Again, no voter declaration form, but it appears there's more than a ballot in here. There. Oh, let's check these numbers. Yeah, I mean, check Nora Peters. Okay, it's good. But when I'm checking on the computer, it's the back-end system that the electronic voting service providers exist. And, you know, when you guys came in to vote today, we checked you off on this system so that you couldn't go home and vote again. So. Darlene Nicholas. Darlene Lilly. That's it. There's another Darlene, but she. Oh, this one has. Very helps. Very neat. Okay. Hazel Cook. Really? I think Hazel went to hazelnut. Hazel Francis. Here you go. Sarah Cooks. Good.
I think he's getting used to that.
I think that's part of it. This is the worst part. It's so tedious. Hallelujah. Group. Okay. I did a recount in 1980 with the Supreme Court of the Northwest Territories. And they had rejected ballots in the initial count that had come from diplomats and soldiers overseas and had been in envelope. And when they opened the envelope, they ran into an automatic or an electric envelope opener, and they cut the ballots in half. And so they rejected them initially, and then in the recount they accepted them. Marjorie White. Marjorie White. Let's see if I get this right. It's just like Philippine salmon. Letter one. Fast enough.
Let's get a shirt one.
Well, then I'd cut myself.
That's big to me, kid.
Carly Cunningham. The big clock. Carly Cunningham. Okay. Can you, they're complaining about the audio. They can't hear anything.
I got other people saying they can.
Are you gonna move to the table? You want me to help you?
Marion Peters. Greenville. Jeff Cook.
Yeah, they said you gotta speak up a bit more sometimes.
Theatrical voice.
Yes.
Herbert Daniel Cook. Good. Deborah Cook. General net. Yeah. Two. Stuck. Donald Cote. Good. Little confusion here, here's the ballot.
Oh.
And the order declaration appointment for Stephen Lucas Senior. You mean to Senior, okay. Good. Just-
I'm trying to shut it off.
Kathleen Dennis.
Sorry, I don't know how to shut it off.
Yeah. Taylor Granger Ginter. Louise Granger Ginter, okay. So with the mail-in ballots, I checked the mailbox at the end of the day on Friday after the mail sort had been done. And then at the close of the office here and in Port Alberni. George Johnson. George Johnson, okay, that's good. There were 42 votes received in Port Alberni. Maria Erdley.
Did they have a voting station in Port?
Yeah. Okay. So Malia Erdley is good. At the Barclay. Daryl Erdley. Good.
I think it's just a ghost.
Carol Dents, Carol Rose. That's good. Okay, this one was given to me at a all candidates meeting, and we realized that they had sealed the envelope without putting the voter declaration form in. So they put the voter declaration form in, we sealed it again, and the law clerk initialed it. I didn't open it and put something else in here. Ralph Sport Senior. Sport Senior, okay. Now, this wasn't witnessed, but I saw him put it in the envelope, so I'm not inclined to reject it because of a technicality like that. I received it from him. I know who, somebody said this is Ralph, so I know who he was, so I won't reject that. This is another one that was resealed and initialed by the law clerk. Andrea Lucas. Yep. Yep. Marina Rayner. Yep. Good. Williams. Good. Tom Happy.
Junior.
This is Tom. Oh. So. Oh, okay, here we go. So there's a Thomas Charles Happynook, a Tommy Gregory Charles Happynook. Thomas Charles Happynook is at 880 Gardner Place, Victoria, and that's the address that's on here, and they had not voted. So this is what's up. Catherine Happynook. Also, that's good. Susan Cook. Yep. Good. Another picture. Good. Stuart Petrie. Yep. Okay, another one where it feels like there's more in here. Well. Peter Lapis. Mr. Rowe. Halen Johnson. Good. Teresa Nicholas. Good. Okay, so that's all of the mail-in ballots. Just count those, make sure there's 35. We didn't reject any. Oh, shit. 35, next year.
How many? 35?
35. Okay, so. Zero rejected ballots, so we have a total of 35 valid mail-in ballots, so. Total regular ballots. 41. Total mail-in ballots, 35. A total of 76. So. Next step was. You can.
What's the 41?
41 was the number of people who voted here
Oh, okay.
in person, and then 35 was the number of mail-in ballots, so. There's the. Witness the seal signed by Ed, so what you're doing is just validating that. These seals on the box have the same numbers as are on the paper there, Sarah. Or just look at the seals here.
Oh,
They're a little hard to read.
I'll come over there.
Okay. So there's 94. 93. 92. And 91. Okay?
Yep.
So we'll open this and then we're gonna take these out of the envelopes and put them in here. And so, and then when we count what's all in here, we should have 76. There will be.
So the Port Alberni ballots, they're still in Port Alberni? then?
Yeah, they're counting them there,
Oh,
and we'll get the count from them.
That's quite a few votes.
76. That's pretty good,
Wow.
and I think. If I add them up, I think we're probably about 175 total.
Yeah.
I don't know that number yet. Okay, so, I guess we can just start, we can, there might be another one of these in here. Okay, anyway, we don't look at the ballot, we just put it in there. And we count the ballots that are there.
I'm gonna check these. I'm gonna check the debts.
that one you threw in earlier, was that in a sealed envelope or you just,
Well,
You
because we had opened that envelope because the voter declaration was in that envelope. We pulled the voter declaration. But we checked a couple of them were open, like here, this one is open. Because when they sealed it, they put the voter declaration in the ballot envelope. We opened the ballot envelope, we took out the voter declaration, but we didn't take out the ballot. So now we're taking out the ballot.
Looks like Fulton's got it down.
Not as old as Winston.
Oh, I misspoke too soon.
We spoke too soon.
jinxed you, right?
This one was resealed, so I think it's not challenging to open. Just gonna put the lid back on here while we clean up the desk. And get ready to count. And let's. Got to be enrolled for voter list. It's that close to me.
Yeah.
Put the voters list. Assemble. Get rid of this, put those in the envelope there. Okay. So we're gonna look at the ballots, we're just gonna put them face down on the table and make sure that they all are initialed on the. So open you can just. Take a bunch of these and place them, just unfold them, place them like that.
What's the initial on the back for?
It's the, it's to make sure that somebody doesn't come in and slip a ballot in there that I didn't see. Right? So.
I mean, who initialed it?
Me.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
It's part of the act.
I worried because I didn't initial one.
No, we don't want people initialing their ballots. The only person that initials the ballot that they're election official. That's just to prove that it's a valid ballot, right? It's not something that somebody printed at home and brought in and snuck in while we weren't looking. There's an extra piece of paper in here, so it's another witness to seals with the same numbers on it, we just verify that it's the same numbers. Okay, so. Now we're gonna count these and verify that there are 76 here. I will count 10, I'm gonna give him to Fulton and he's gonna verify that there's 10. Five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Well, and then I'll put this password onto that.
You must have been a banker before.
Never.
He's been-
They would never invest all day. Well, I did buy the rubber speaking good.
How long have you been doing this? Oh, no. That's not good.
I've been working on elections since I was 14 years old. I've been doing elections for Monmouth Streety Group for 15 years. Since the first election after defeat.
Well, that's how long I've known you.
Looks good, I got 6 here.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Well, if you work with him long enough, Fortune, you'll learn how to do that.
This might be just a one and done.
It's yours. These are for you guys, there's 5 of them, I think.
Just make sure this works. Well, how you going? Cheers.
Oh, let's see, I don't have my glasses anymore.
I got glasses, you want glasses?
No, no, but they're,
Okay, so. I will call them, I'm gonna put that in here. And I'll show you, and I'll put it in the file for the right guy, okay?
Okay.
Funny what else?
Wait, I didn't cut any. Okay.
Nicole Malcolmson,
You just work.
you just cross it off,
Yeah, okay.
okay?
Yep.
So you got Connie and then Nicole. Okay, good, caught up, everybody, good? Sherry. Nicole. You're good if it's me just calling out the last name, the first name, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Sherry. Sherry. Well, okay, this is slightly problematic. They crossed off the other two and check Nicole. It's clear what the voter intention is. If there's no identifying marks that would tell you who voted, I'm going to accept this ballot. If you object, you can object, but I think it's a valid ballot.
well then, that's quite a few times now in this count that you've said that. What's the point of having those regulations on the ballot if you're gonna change them?
Ultimately, in election practice, I didn't change anything yet.
I mean, it should say that on the ballot then.
It says make no other marks.
Yeah, well,
But-
there's 2 marks on that one.
Right. Okay, so do you, I mean, you
Oh.
can object,
Well, I do because
Okay. and it's noted,
Yeah.
but just make a note on the back that there's an objection to the. Okay, that's fine. But I think in election practice, ultimately, it's the voter's intention, which is important. So it used to be that if you were not within the box, they rejected. But over time, they've realized that that's too rigid. So this check mark would have been rejected. Some of these other ones would have been rejected because they were outside of the box.
Hmm.
But nowadays, what we do is we say, okay, is it clear what the voter intended? And is there a mark here that would tell you who it was that voted? So, I mean, we'll see what happens in the end, and we'll put this at the bottom of the pile. We can come back and revisit that. It may not be material. Right? In the end, it may not affect the result. We'll see at the end.
So,
So we're counting that one. So you should mark it as being counted, and there are 3 in there. For Nicole. 3 for Nicole. Good?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. Connie. Connie? Sherry. Nicole. Nicole. Sherry. 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 Connie. Nicole. 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 Connie. Nicole. Connie. Nicole. Nicole. Connie. Okay, so we have 8 for Sherry.
Yeah.
Yep. 10 for Nicole, 11 for Nicole. And 7 for Connie. Okay. Connie. 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 Nicole. Nicole. Connie. Connie. Nicole. Oops, Sherry. Nicole. Nicole. Sherry. Nope. Yeah, this was some of the initial this ballot. They scratched out Connie. Yeah, and the initial, so this has to be rejected. Nicole. Nicole. Sherry. Sherry. Nicole. Oh, sorry, what do we got?
We've got 12 for Sherry, 19 for Nicole, and 14 for Connie.
Yes.
Good.
1 objection and 1 reject.
Nicole. Sherry. Connie. Connie. Again, another one like the first one that has been objected to, very similar. I'll put it again with the other one. We're gonna accept it, but we note you're objecting. Okay. Nicole. Sherry. Nicole. Sherry. Sherry. Connie. Connie. Nicole. Connie. 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 Hmm. Well, there's extraneous marks on this one in there. I think it's still clear who she voted, who they're voting for. But,
Election all of them?
you know,
Can you show us?
yeah, I think it's clear what the intention is, but it's problematic. I put it up with the other objective ones. Connie. Nicole. 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 Connie. 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 Nicole. Okay. So what do we got?
Okay, we have 16 for Sherry.
Agreed?
Yes.
We've got 30 for Nicole, including the objections.
3 objections, I think.
Three objections.
I don't have 30, I have 29.
Okay. Jackie?
I have 28.
Okay, but we're gonna count.
And I have 29 for Connie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Connie, Richard?
60.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay?
Yep.
$28, $29, $30. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And that includes the ones under objection,
How many have you got?
30.
So I have 2 objections.
Three.
These are Nicole.
There's
Three
3.
objections.
Okay, I
Yeah.
have 3 objections, but I thought it was for somebody else.
No.
Okay, okay.
So if we
Those are 3 last ones.
yeah,
Now,
is that one? That one, oops. That one. There was 2 crossed out
yeah,
other names. Let me pull those up.
oh, I thought you put them on the bottom.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, there we go. 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
it's the-
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were all for Nicole?
Yeah.
So you have 30, but
30.
So-
We will deal with with those 3 others as we go along, but right now we're counting 30.
okay.
And then how many?
29.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 13, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay. So, and 1 rejected. So what does that add up to?
76.
76. That's what we started.
One question there, about the declarations.
Yep.
There was 2 that, right, that
One that had no witness signature on.
one a witness. And the other one, you said, Ralph Sport, you said,
Yeah, so
didn't have his declaration.
in the envelope, when he tried to give it to me, he tried to give me the declaration and the sealed return envelope. So I opened the sealed return envelope, I put the declaration in, I resealed it, and I had the law clerk initial that it had been resealed. Because there was 2 people that did that. They didn't read the instructions or understand the instructions, and they didn't put them. And then a couple of people put the declaration in the ballot envelope. But as long as we got a declaration, we know who voted. If there's no declaration, then we don't know who voted, and we can't accept, right? Because they could have voted twice, right? Okay. So I'm just gonna put these in these envelopes. We're gonna finish the count. We're gonna look at the electronic votes. We're gonna look at what,
Just the reason I'm saying something is that those 2, what do you call declarations? Weren't done in accordance with the instructions on the ballot.
I witnessed him.
No. in accordance with the instructions on the ballot.
Right.
That's why I'm objecting. I was gonna fill mine out by mail.
Mhm.
And I got scared, I better not. I'm gonna go vote in person.
So I'm sorry, I'm not understanding necessarily what you're saying.
So, no, it's just that, to me, there's a reason for putting instructions on a ballot, right?
Yeah.
To follow that. And it seems to me, it says, if you don't follow this, your
No,
ballot won't be
it
counted.
says if they make no other marks, otherwise it's not gonna be counted.
Yeah.
Fold and return the ballots in the official, or place it in the ballots only envelope if you're mailing your ballot. This is the problem with mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
That in spite of the fact that I write the instructions and I give pictograms about how to do it,
Yeah.
people either don't read them, don't follow them, or don't understand them. But again, we have to lean towards accepting ballots. We have to lean towards people being allowed to vote. And so a mistake like putting your voter declaration in the ballot envelope shouldn't be a big enough mistake, as long as we've got a declaration. Shouldn't be a big enough mistake to reject the ballot.
The only thing I get concerned about is if the person initialing it might be biased.
No, I'm the only one that initials.
Oh, you said the law clerk initialed it.
The initial did outside of the envelope because I put it in the envelope and she initialed to say she saw it being sealed properly by me. She's not biased, she's the law clerk. She has a statutory responsibility under the law to do these kinds of things. She should be unbiased in that. We don't know who those people voted for.
Mhm.
We just wanted to say they did it right. There was a mistake, we corrected the mistake, and it's now right.
But when I had tried to run and I had Dwayne sign my declaration, you held me to that rigid standard, so we should hold that standard to everybody else too.
So we have. How many for Sherry? Write the number down.
16.
16. 30 for Nicole. I'm not gonna seal these envelopes yet until we see what we're left with at the end.
So does that mean you're not taking our objections?
We're going to deal with them as we get to the end.
Okay.
Because if the margin is 10 votes, including those ballots,
Yeah.
then it makes no difference, right? And a couple of mistakes are not enough to overturn the election. You have to have, the margin of error has to be bigger than the difference between the contestants,
Okay,
okay?
Yeah.
And,
just trying to understand.
no, fair enough. I'm not saying your objections are not valid, and I, I take them into account,
They have 30.
and we counted them. There were no spoiled ballots. So a spoiled ballot is a ballot that somebody makes a mistake and brings it back to me in the course of voting and is issued a new ballot. So there's 0 spoiled ballots. That's different than a rejected ballot. Okay? And there were no rejected mail-in ballots.
I thought there was one rejection.
No, we didn't reject any mail-in ballots. Oh, there
Mail-in ones, I thought.
there was one rejected regular ballot
Oh, okay,
Or in the ballot box.
in the ballot box.
Okay.
So we rejected, a rejected mail-in ballot is one that has no declaration in it.
okay,
So,
gotcha.
and then there's none of those. Okay. I'll just put this down like this, and then I'll stand it up after I'm putting the numbers. Yeah. Let me put the marker here. So we had. Numbers,
Sherry 16,
30, 29, 176. Okay.
So I got one question here.
Sure.
That one where he said it was unsealed, like say, even if it could have been rejected, that person then would have to vote in person, right?
You got always the option to
Yeah.
vote in person or,
Yeah.
or online.
Yeah, like say, let's say that was me and I went in and I didn't do my ballot right.
Yeah.
And then I would say, okay, I'll go vote in person because I didn't do it
Yeah.
right.
And if you had voted in person and then we opened the declaration and saw that you had voted in person, then we would have immediately rejected.
No, what I'm talking about is that one that you opened. That had that open, I'm saying that
Right.
that was me. I would have said, okay,
Well, I could.
I'll take that out and then I'll go vote in
But
person.
I could have given them a whole new mail-in ballot packet.
Yeah.
Right? I could have done that.
But then even if you do change your mind at the ballot, you can declare that you change your mind, right? And then your mail-in ballot doesn't count.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was in the regulation.
yeah, no, if you vote online or in person, and then we start.
No, I'm talking about if you voted by mail-in or
Just
online.
let me finish with
I'm talking about if I voted online or mail-in.
Right.
Yeah, you're changing my.
No,
my scenario.
let me finish what I'm saying. If you vote online, or if you vote in person, and then we open a mail-in envelope that has your name on it, then that mail-in is rejected because we can't take your ballot out of the box, and we can't take your electronic vote out of the electronic box. So then the mail-in ballot is rejected
Mhm.
because you're trying to vote twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So from Port Alberni, Sherry had 5. Connie had 8. And Nicole had 29. And
She had 29 in for it.
yeah.
Electronic.
No, not electronic.
Oh, sorry.
And there were no rejected ballots.
Oh.
And the total was 42. 37, 42. All right, I'm going to now. Results. Unlock results. Okay, so total voters were 88. Nicole had 57. Sherry had 19. And Connie had 12. And there are no rejected. So let me just put this into my spreadsheet and add it up so that we have it exact. Twenty, 29, 8, Rejected. 1, 0.
115 votes. 115 votes.
All together.
Okay. So 40, 116, 49, 1. One, for a total of 206. So I will post these results. So let's go back to, the three rejected ballots or the three disputed
doesn't matter.
ballots are immaterial,
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, everybody happy?
Yep.
I will complete the declaration. I will send it to the law clerk who will post it immediately. And it's just gonna take me a few minutes to finalize some paperwork and put it up. Thanks for coming in and watching. And I appreciate your questions. I think they're all legitimate questions.
Keep hanging it up to my kids.
I worked so hard for this,
Hey, Jackie. Nice to see you.
Yeah, Nicole got a resounding mandate.